LeBona, can you lead us off in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two.
Okay, Reverend Don Loper.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, for your office inviting me. You're about the only one here that knows me, and I've been here for about 17 years. We've been bouncing around as Riverhead's been growing. I've been bouncing around. We started at the Suffolk Life building, and Lowe's kicked us out, and then we ended up over here on 209 East Main Street, and Mr. Gordon kicked us out, and that 2 buildings that I've been in but tore down. So I don't know what's up, but I'm in the middle of your growth.
Well, wait a minute. We got some more buildings you should occupy just in case we want them taken down.
Well, if you could work that out, we'll do it. Praise God. Hallelujah. But your office was... You asked me to bring in the invocation, so being a simple man, I had to look up the word invocation. And it seems that the word invocation means this is a prayer for a blessing and guidance at the beginning of a meeting. And it seems like these people are here and they got some business to do with the town. And as my job as a pastor, I'm a man of authority, and all you people before me, I address you as people of authority. And the Word of God tells us in 1 Timothy that we are to pray for you. As my congregation prays for me every day, I don't think that the whole town prays for you, but we're on cable. It's time for the town to pray for our leadership, especially in the days that we live in. So Paul tells us everyone must submit to governing authorities. So my job tonight is to pray that we submit to your authority and business will be conducted in a godly fashion. But Supervisor, if I may just indulge for a minute, as I've been attending some of the prayer meetings in your office, I just want to bring honor to you, if that's okay.
Anything you want, sir. Thank you.
I got this little thing from Ben Franklin. He's a friend of mine. I was at a meeting with him on June 28th, 1787, and he was addressing the Continental Congress, and you're here addressing your town meeting. And this is what he had to say to the leader of the Continental Congress. He says, "I have lived, sir, a long time, and the longer I live, the more convincing proof I see of this one truth, that God governs the affairs of men." And I see that every time I approach your office that God is in the presence of this building. And you know that without God you can't do anything. So I honor you, and I honor this whole council that you have a man of God that's helping to lead this town. And I just remind you that even Solomon had a prayer, and he was the wisest man in the world. And he had this one prayer, and God blessed him with that and many other things. But he said, God asked him, says, "What I will give you anything you want, Solomon, just ask." And Solomon, he looked around, he looked out, and he saw all the people. He says, "God, these people are too much for me. I need your wisdom and I need understanding." And that's what we need as you conduct your business today and tonight, that you as people in authority, you need the wisdom and the understanding of God. And that's how I will pray. If you all stand with me, I don't want to offend anyone, but in the presence of God as we pray, let's just pray. Father God, creator of all life, we come before you and now welcome you into this meeting. It's you who are omnipresent. You're everywhere. You're omnipotent. You're all-powerful, and you're omniscient. You're all-knowing. But Father, as this meeting begins, I ask that you would guide the thoughts and watch over the words and actions of these leaders, that this will be a very successful meeting. Help them to accomplish goals while displaying your character. I pray these things in the awesome name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Thank you for the honor.
Reverend Loper, thank you very much. East End Full Gospel Church, and I guess you are now in Aquabog, right? There you go. Thank you. All right. So we, I think it's, I don't know if we've ever honored a council person before. We're going to step down with the daughters. If we could have the, we should do it. Do we call you DAV? No, that's a different one.
Daughters of the American Revolution, DAR.
DAR. come on up. So we have two honorees, but Kathy Beresny was not able to come, so we are going to hand this. Come on up. Rebecca, where are you?
No, that's okay. No, I came to see him. That's okay. I came for
So
him.
we're going to hand this to you to give to Kathy Beresny while I read
Thank you.
this one for Councilman Wooten, good friend of mine. Honoring Councilman James Wooten. Whereas it is both fitting and proper that the town board and the residents of the town of Riverhead celebrate those who do extraordinary things through service, honoring individuals who dedicate themselves to serving the community with pride and commitment and recognize the achievements of our community members. And whereas these individuals have become vital and positive forces excuse me, in our community and have demonstrated a common conviction that charity and social responsibility manifest all that is good in the individual, and that the well-being of the community is largely dependent on helping others. And whereas we're here today to pay honor to celebrate the outstanding volunteer career of Councilman James Wooten, who is being recognized today by the Suffolk chapter of the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, as their 2016 recipient of the DAR Community Service Award. Let it be known as a dedicated volunteer and member of our community that James Wooten has chosen to take time out of his demanding schedule and life to help make the town of Riverhead a better place to live, and has made a significant positive contribution to bettering social, community, and cultural conditions of the town of Riverhead. Now further, within the town of Riverhead, wealth is not measured only by monetary standards. We measure it by the people who have carved and shaped its heart, which the town councilman James Wooten has so defined. And now be it therefore proclaimed on behalf of the residents of the town of Riverhead, I, Sean Walter, along with the Riverhead Town Board, do hereby commend Councilman James Wooten for his dedication and commitment to provide the best possible service to the citizens of the town of Riverhead, and urge all residents to sustain public awareness of this valuable member of our community throughout the year. Rebecca, you don't want to come up? Come on.
Did you get to read all the nice letters everybody wrote about you?
No.
He will.
Did you want to say something as well?
Yes.
Suffolk chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution, continually search for local Riverhead town citizens who volunteer their time. Chapter members feel that volunteerism is one of the greatest gifts a person can give to his community. Maintaining this tradition, Suffolk chapter has selected Mr. Jim Wooten for the 2016 DAR Community Service Award. Jim Wooten has shown himself to be extraordinary, compassionate, and generous with his time for the benefits of others. Jim is the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the First Congregational Church in Riverhead. He clears sidewalks, driveways around the church. He is the go-to-guy man when any repairs are needed, and a blessing to many people, always willing to help. When Reverend Perry's car broke down 30 miles away, Jim went and got him. Also, when Reverend Mary's broke his foot, Jim helped out. For many, many years, Jim has been a major part of Riverhead Country Fair, planning all the live entertainment for the days and MCs the whole event. He helps paint and measuring all the booth spaces, lining for all vendor spaces throughout downtown. In essence, Jim has taken on a major part of the organizing of the country fair to be such a success. As a dedicated town board member, Jim worked very hard toward improvements and privatization of the animal shelter. Because of his passion for the treatment of animals and his collaboration with the MTAS, Move the Animal Shelter. He assisted in bringing the town's dog parks to fruition at the Enterprise Park in Calverton, formerly known as Grumman Site and the Stotsky Park. In fact, Jim not only assisted in administration capacity, he and his daughter spent tireless hours digging holes and installing fences at Stotsky Park. As a member of the Riverhead Townscape, he has taken over the Friday night summer concert series in Grangeville Park. He booked all bands for 6 nights. The Riverhead High School Key Club designed a project that allowed the high school students to speak with the third graders of the district about going green. The only issue was transporting our high school students from the high school to the elementary schools. School buses were not available because they were en route taking high school students home. Mr. Wooten suggested the town buses, and 4 Fridays during the school year, he drove a bus himself in order for the students to complete these lessons and speak with the third graders about going green. This project won a Newsday Community Service Award and would not have happened without his ideas and his dedication to that. Riverhead Town has a cleanup day in which Jim organizes and lists all volunteers to pick up litter throughout the day. At the end of the hard day's work, Jim concludes the successful job with various snacks and cold drinks. Jim works with the Boy Scouts organization, helping those seeking to complete the Eagle Scout projects. The Daughters of the American Revolution are honored today to give the 2016 Community Service Award to Jim Wooten for his dedicated volunteer services to Riverhead, the town he grew up in and loves. Thank you.
All I can say is that communities aren't about elected officials. They're not about the people that make the legislation. It's about what we do as people with each other, through our churches, through our volunteerism. I could think of a lot of organizations in this town, and I'd be probably remiss to start naming them because I'll probably leave somebody out and they'll say, what about me? But you know, I'm thinking like the community garden and the BIDMA and the alternative transportation and the ladies that volunteer at the hospital. And there's just so many good people in this town that do great things. I'm just glad to be part of that. I'm a little humbled because I know there's a lot of people more deserving than I am. But I just think the community really is made up of all you and what you do, and to make your life better, make your community better, make your neighborhood better, and make the people in your circle a better people. So that's what I love about living.
Thank you.
Carol, thank you very much.
Thank you.
She leave?
Where's Olivia?
Where's my daughter? Oh, there she is. Hi, Olivia.
All right, well, congratulations, Jim.
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Well deserved.
can I get a motion to accept the meeting minutes? Did we get the minutes?
From the 18th and then November 1st also, yes.
Okay, can I get a motion to accept the meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the town board meetings of October 18th and November 1st. So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Whooping.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The minutes are approved. Let's see now. Under correspondence, we had 2 letters from Sal Mastropolo, one offering comments on the proposed 2017 budget, and the other offering suggestions for senior busing on Sundays. There was also a letter from Ellen Hoyle offering comments on the proposed 2017 budget. And Vincent DiCanio, Management Corporation, sent a letter asking the town board to consider his proposal for an assisted living residence in Calverton. Under reports, the building department submitted their October monthly report, and that was $43,372.25. Tax receivers submitted their September utility collection report, $1,101,274.88. The police department submitted their June monthly report. And under applications, there's a parade permit for the annual Santa Claus parade through Main Street, and that is on December 4th. And that's it.
All right, good. Are there any other town board reports?
I should mention, because I don't think we have another town board meeting before the 17th annual community bonfire is set for December 3rd. Normally it's the second Saturday, but it's the first Saturday this year. In fact, it's a holiday weekend because the following day is the Lions Club parade. It's on the riverfront. It'll be, Santa Claus will arrive at 5 o'clock. This year, Santa Claus is coming in a horse-drawn carriage, which will be pretty neat. And we'll have, holiday music and candy canes and hot chocolate and photo opportunities with the children in the gingerbread house with Santa. So it's a great event. We normally get 200 or 300 people come down with their children. It really is good. Santa Claus arrives at 5, so come down at 5 with your children, meet Santa, have some hot cocoa, sing a few Christmas songs, and you'll be home by 8 o'clock.
All right, any other reports? Not seeing anybody. We have 2 public hearings. First one is scheduled for 7:05. We're going to open the first public hearing. It is now 7:17. We open the public hearing for the consideration of a local law to amend Chapter 289 entitled Vehicles, Traffic, and Parking, Part 1, Vehicles, Traffic, Article 2, Traffic Regulations of the Riverhead Town Code, Section 289-4, Speed Limit, Sound Shore Road. Does anybody wish to be heard on this long-awaited public hearing? Mr. Cullen.
Hi, John Cullen. I started this journey 1,362 days ago. I'm glad that we're this close. It's been a lot of letter writing, a lot of meetings, and a lot of work with the DOT, but I'm glad we're this close, and I want to thank the town board and also the police chief, Edge Miller, for all his help and guidance. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Does anybody else wish to be heard?
Hi, my name's Bernadette Moran, and I would just like to thank the board and John Cullum for all his work in lowering the speed limit on Sound Shore Road. And wish it would have helped my husband, Kerry, but maybe it will help someone else. And I do thank you very much for all your work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Moran. Does anybody else wish to be heard?
I'm Tony Peretta, the General Manager of United Metro Energy and Terminals, and we totally support this move. In fact, to note that we have been practicing 25 miles per hour in your vicinity since May of last year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else wish to be heard? All right, not seeing anybody. We will close public comment portion. Can you and leave it open for written comment? Next week is a short week, so we'll leave it open until 11:23, 4:30 in the town clerk's office. Can you ask Larry to turn the lights on over there so when you put the camera? There's 2 knobs on the inside, dimmer lights. All right, thank you. So the second public hearing is scheduled for 7:10. It is now 7:19. We're going to open up public hearing for the consideration of a special permit application from S-Power for the construction of a 20-megawatt solar photovoltaic energy facility in Calverton, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-116-1-7.2 and Tax Map Number 600-98-1-12.1. And I believe we have some folks for the applicant. Perfect, thank you. Do we have affidavits to publish and post?
I have, yes.
Yeah, Diane, why don't you have them put the boards kind of over here so people can see them? Kind of sort of. Thank you, Jill.
Do you know put them up by chairs? Sure.
Yeah, you can bring your easel. All right, sir, if you could state your name and affiliation for the record.
Good evening. My name is Garrett Gray. I am an attorney with Weber Law Group. We are the attorneys for S-Power, which is the contract vendee of the subject property. With me this evening are Courtney Riley, the project manager from VHB, Carlos Vargas, who is the landscape engineer at VHB, and also John Moran, the project manager of the project from S-Power. The subject property is located on the south side of Middle Country Road and on the west side of Peconic Avenue in the hamlet of Calverton. You've already mentioned the tax maps. The lot is 109.9 acres with a frontage of approximately 50 feet on Middle Country Road and is presently zoned Industrial C and has been previously used as a sod farm. The applicant proposes to construct a solar energy generation and collection facility on the subject parcel. This applicant is well known to Suffolk County and also to this board, having constructed similar successful facilities both on Edwards Avenue in Calverton and on Route 25A in Shoreham. I'd now like to introduce Courtney Riley of VHB to more particularly describe the proposed project.
Good evening. My name is Courtney Riley. I'm from...
Riley, before you get going, do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do.
Thank you.
My name is Courtney Riley. I'm from VHB Engineering, located at 100 Motor Parkway, Hauppauge, New York. Pursuant to the zoning code, commercial solar energy production systems shall be allowed with special permit in the Industrial C district. The special permit use have the following criteria. The commercial solar system must not be on less than 5 acres. As our attorney has stated, the project is on 109.9 acres. All ground-mounted panels should not exceed 8 feet in height. The panels here will not exceed 8 feet in height. All mechanical equipment and commercial solar energy systems included in any structure, batteries or storage cells, are completely enclosed with an 8-foot high fence. Our project will have an 8-foot black chain link fence that will surround the entire property. The total surface area of the ground-mounted panels shall be not less than 80%. Per the site plans shown, the coverage is 35%. This includes the panels themselves and the inverters. If we were to count the space in between the panels, which ranges between 8 and 10 feet, we would be at 76%, still below the 80% required. It is also required an installation of a vegetated perimeter buffer for year-round screening. The landscaping provides vegetation at the entrance. The roadway is curved at the entrance along County Road 58. While the rest of the project does not front County Road 58, we've done this curvature on the road, so if you were to look at it from our entrance, you would not see the panels. On the north side, the closest solar panel is 670 feet from County Road 58. There's a gas station.
It's Middle Country Road or State Route 25.
Sorry.
State Route 25.
State Route 25. There's also a gas station along 58, gas station, as well as 2 warehouses on the property adjacent to the solar. Vegetation has also been added along the east side along the paper street of Peconic Avenue. This is approximately 2,000 feet of vegetation. The screening will be evergreens and 7 to 8 feet in height. This is for the screening along the roadway as you go from east to west. The project will install over 3,500 feet of screening along to view again from the roadway. Based on a public work session, it was mentioned that there's an EPCAL bike trail. The planning staff and the councilwoman was able to meet with us, and we discussed the visual screening that we would put along this EPCAL trail, along our property. We also made some changes to the plan based on our last work session. We were asking for a variance on the west side of the project. We've now pushed the panels in 5 feet to no longer have that side yard variance. This also pushed the panels further away from the EPCAL property on that side. We also did the same thing on the south side. We were at 34 feet. We've now pushed them back to 50 feet to further push the panels back from the EPCAL property. We are also adding a vegetated screen. This screen will be 6 to 7 feet with broadleaf evergreen cherry laurels, and we're added along the perimeter of the EPCAL property on our side. Another one of the criteria is that the solar energy production systems are designed and located to prevent glare towards any of the habitable buildings as well as streets and right-of-ways. We provide this by using the screening. All on-site utility and transmission line, to the extent feasible, are to be placed underground. All the utilities, including the generation tie-in, will all be underground. Install clearly visible warning signs, which all will be installed. And the system must be situated to be compatible with the existing uses on the adjacent and nearby properties. This area is zoned industrial. To the west, there is an industrial truck facility, and EPCAL, the industrial park. To the north, there is a gas station. To the east, there is an existing sod farm, and to the south, again, EPCAL. In approving a special exception, the board may waive or modify any of these criteria. The only criteria we are asking to waive tonight would be the landscaping. It's required to be around the entire perimeter, and at this point, we are doing the entire perimeter except where the drainage reserve area is. It is also required that there'll be a decommissioning plan, which we will also have in place. If you'd like, we also have some plans to show you. We provided a section that will show what we're doing as far as the EPCAL trail and along those lines. We also have a photo simulation that shows the plantings that we'll be using and the screening.
Are you screening the entire perimeter now?
Can I come up?
Yeah, you can talk. With the exception of that drainage area is what I thought I heard. So on the side.
So when we came in the work session, we're providing screening along the industrial areas and residential areas here and along down to the Peconic. We've now since added along EPCAL, which is from here all the way down, around, and approximately almost a mile. It's about 3/4 of a mile. So now we will have in total almost 2 miles of landscaping.
You know I like trees, right? Did I mention that? Thank you. All right, that's good. Thank you.
That completes my testimony. If you have any questions, please let us know.
All right, Mr. Gray, do you have any other witnesses? Or say witnesses.
The defense rests.
Do you have any other experts that you'd like to call?
No, but we have, in case anybody has any questions, we have various people here who can respond.
Okay, Councilwoman Giglio knows a question.
Yeah, when we sat down at the meeting at the work session, we had discussed that I didn't want to see back-to-back fences because you're putting up this new black fence that's 8 feet tall, and I had asked that you remove the former Grumman fence and take it away. So I just want to make sure that we're still on board with that.
Do I need to swear in?
Yes.
You swear testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So help me God, yeah.
Please state your name.
John Moran, S-Power. Jody, yes, we will take care of the fence, and we're happy to do it.
And thank you very much for being so cooperative with the plantings. It really will make such an improvement to the recreation trail to look at these plantings rather than the solar panels. Thank you.
Yeah, we'd like to work with the town.
Thank you.
Help you.
Also, Councilwoman, if you notice on the photo simulation, we took out the existing fence and just show the proposed fence.
Thank you.
No problem.
So good to me.
Sorry, are there any other questions? All right, I had one question, and I'm just, one of the other council members brought this to my attention. You're right next to our active runway where they're about to start manufacturing aircraft. I mean, literally next year, we believe they'll be manufacturing aircraft there. can you provide us any sort of documentation that, because these solar panels are going to move, whether they're going to be any sort of impediment to an active runway? That, if you could, I don't expect you to provide that now, but I'd like some written documentation.
So the FAA has put out guidance that directly talks about glare and solar panels. On Friday, provided some of that information to your planning staff, and we can forward that along to the board as well. And we could ask any
Okay,
questions.
because I mean that, obviously, we didn't think about that until one of the council members brought it up, and I said, yeah, that could be a problem because they're moving. So the glare, I mean, if it's a fixed glare, people will understand that, but pilots may not understand that they're moving and the glare is going to change.
Now, I asked that question to a solar panel company, and they told me the solar panels do not reflect the light. They take it in, but they do not reflect it.
Yeah, that's correct. You have to remember that these panels are designed to absorb the light. Any light that bounces off is lost.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So, yes, that's correct.
They take it in, they do not reflect.
That's correct.
That's what I was
Yes.
told.
All right, if you
Okay.
could provide that documentation, to us,
Absolutely.
that'd be great.
And as per our discussion at the work session, you had also indicated that there was a study done for the solar panels that were installed right next to the East Hampton Airport that you were going to be providing a copy of as well.
Yeah, I think Courtney sent over. There's solar at a number of airports across the country. So I think Courtney sent over a link. I did have a study done when we were looking at the East Hampton Airport. I think we provided that as well. So we'll get that distributed to everyone. But just so everyone knows, solar is installed at tens of airports across the country.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Does anybody wish to be heard from the public? Yes, Mr. Lobano. You all right? You raise your right hand, sir?
Testimony about to give, do you swear the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Supervisor and members of the board,
Ken
I'm
Labona.
Ken Labona. I live in Aquabog. At present zoning, which is industrial C,
Yes.
what can be built there?
So our light industrial zoning, I don't have that in front of me.
Okay, but they
it's a
can
light-
do light industrial,
Yes.
they can do warehousing and so forth.
Yes,
Okay, this is an improvement. We won't have all the truck traffic and everything else that would be coming in and out if the owners decided to follow through on the present zoning. Number two, what is the tax consequences in comparison to what it is now to what it will be then?
right now it's in the agricultural protection program, if I'm not mistaken. They will pay a penalty to come out of that program. Solar, New York State in their infinite wisdom exempted solar, so we have to drag them back in. I don't know why New York State would exempt them from paying taxes, but we've dragged them back in, and they will be paying taxes to the Riverhead School District and the town based on a pilot payment. I have a figure in my mind that they're paying. It's not an exact science. If there were, well, I'll let Mr. Gray tell you, but if you put a commercial building there, you would probably pay more taxes should you not get IDA benefits. But right now, the property is in the agricultural protection program, so it pays very little in taxes.
All right, the other thing is, I'm a member of Local 25 IBEW, retired, and on behalf, I support this program because we have a lot of people, a lot of brothers and sisters that live in the town of Riverhead. And now they not only will benefit from the employment aspect, but also from the tax consequences that we will get from it. So again, to be repetitive, I support it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, does anybody else wish to be heard from the public?
But you're right, Mr. Lavona, of all the uses in industrial C, this is less intrusive than all.
Mr. Gray, if you want to answer the tax question, then we're going to close the public comment portion. Leave it
Sure.
open for written comment
Yeah,
until the 23rd at 4:30 in the town clerk's office.
Yeah, I'll just say, from negligible taxes in the ag district, They'll be paying well over $800,000 in taxes with an escalator every year, and they will not be availing themselves of any town services, no children, no school children, so it's straight money for the town.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we'll close public comment portion and leave it open for written comments at November 23rd in the Riverhead Town Clerk's Office, 4:30.
Thank you
sir,
very
for
much.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take up resolutions. Does anybody wish to be heard on resolutions? Sal, how you doing?
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton. Resolution 837. There's no attachment.
Okay, well, I think we can pass it.
I might be able to find that plan. Do you think there was one?
There could have been one, I don't know why it's not here though.
We'll find it.
And Resolution 854. Just a question. Where is the addition going? Is it going on the existing hospital site, or is it going across the street
On the
on the
existing-
parking lot?
Existing hospital in the back, sort of by the where the helipad is now. Is that correct, Jeff?
Yes,
Back
it
where the
is.
helipad is
The north
now.
side, the whole north side.
Okay, I was wondering because they go out of their way to say where the hospital is, but they don't mention where the thing is going, and they talk about two bridges. And I was just wondering if they're going to bridge Roanoke Avenue and put it.
Someday maybe, but not now.
Not this morning.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Does anybody else wish to be heard on resolutions? Not seeing anybody. Let's take up resolutions. Diane?
Resolution 825.
825 approves the execution and submission of grant application to Suffolk County for fiscal year 2017 Community Development Block Grant Fund. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 826.
This adopts the Town of Riverhead 2017 annual budget. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
I think that with exceeding the cap by the 2% and giving out increases to several employees, including ones that we're not contracted to, that I think that we should have made an attempt to at least make some cuts in the budget. I did make some suggestions to some board members about some changes that we could make to the budget, but there didn't seem to be consensus. So I'm going to vote no for the budget.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
I think this is the tightest budget that the supervisor could have made. It's gonna help us out with our bond rating, and I'm gonna vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Hold on a second. Sal, what was that resolution number? I'm trying to fund for the brass.
854?
37.
7, yeah.
37 for the water thing?
837. It's our high tech. I'm texting Jill. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Resolution 827.
Capital project closure number 60087. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 828.
Scavenger Waste District budget adjustment. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 829.
Street lighting budget adjustment. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 830.
Riverhead Police Athletic League budget adjustment. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 831.
Planning Department consulting fees budget adjustment. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Vote, please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Till it's coming to the end of the year. Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 832.
Acceptance of the 2015 basic financial statements audit. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 833.
Appoint assistant town engineer. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
I'm going to abstain. He's a client.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 834.
Classifies application as unlisted action pursuant to SECRA and authorizes the town clerk to publish a post notice for a public hearing for a special permit application to expand a pre-existing non-conforming use known as dynamic radiator submitted by Edward Deniseski on a certain parcel located at 1863 West Main Street on the south side of New York State Route 25, Riverhead, New York, described as Suffolk County Tax Map number 600, 118-4-8.1. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes, this will clear up a dangerous condition we have on West Main Street by the expressway, and he does have a DEC approval for this expansion, so I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 835.
Classifies application as an unlisted action without coordinated review, assumes lead agency, and makes a negative declaration for the proposed development known as North Fork Auto Body, located at 26 and 32 Edgar Avenue, Aquabog, New York, described as Suffolk County Tax Map Number District 600, Section 86, Block 1, Lot 21.1, and District 600, Section 86, Block 1, Lot 19. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 836.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post public notice to consider a local law to amend Chapter 301 entitled Zoning and Land Development of the Code of the Town of Riverhead. It's outdoor storage in industrial C. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Just want to see if they put let's put all the descriptions in here. Yes.
Wooten.
Yes, public hearing.
Dunleavy.
Yes to the public hearing.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 837.
Resolution to authorize the removal and disposal of scrap water service materials for the Riverhead Water District. So
Stand
moved.
by for 1 second. Jill, did we find the scrap?
There was no, that was what the roundup doing that. You guys extended?
All right, put it, can I motion to table it? Can't bid something, can't award something we don't have a resolution for.
I rescind my motion and the motion to table.
All right, can I have a motion to table? Second on the motion to table?
I'll second the table.
Moved and seconded to table, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes. To table.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 837 is tabled. Resolution 838.
This extends bid contract for auto/truck repairs. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 839.
Ratifies authorization of co-sponsorship of weekly Saturday farmers market from November 19th, 2016 to April 29th, 2017 with the Riverhead Business Improvement District Management Association Incorporated at 117 East Main Street, Riverhead. Authorizes execution of lease agreement rider with property owner regarding 117 East Main Street and authorizes an execution of vendor license agreements. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 840.
Adopts a local law to amend Chapter 273 entitled Solid Waste of the Code of the Town of Riverhead. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Can't wait. Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
Put my can
Resolution
out.
841.
Authorize the supervisor to execute an agreement with Riverhead Fire District regarding unleaded fuel services. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes, this is, we've been doing this for years. This is part of, Governor Cuomo's request for municipalities to join and share, so it cuts down the taxes to the taxpayers. I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 842.
And this goes hand in hand. It authorizes the supervisor to execute a municipal cooperation agreement between the town of Riverhead and the Riverhead Fire District for sand and salt services. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 843.
Authorizes the Riverhead Volunteer Ambulance Corps Incorporated to bill for town-approved ambulance district user fees regarding emergency medical transportation services and emergency medical services. Establishes ambulance district user fee schedule. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes, well, we're only gonna start doing this to motor vehicle accidents, and to see how it works. So I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 844.
Authorizes extension of time to remit real property taxes for senior citizens receiving enhanced star pursuant to Section 425 or Section 467 of the New York State Real Property Tax Law. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 845.
Authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement with New York State Workers' Compensation Board for e-case access. So moved.
A second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 846.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post notice to bidders for electric motor repair / replacement, including emergencies. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 847.
Ratifies the approval of the Chapter 255 application of Home Depot Development of Maryland Incorporated, carpet and rug tent sale, September 30th, 2016 through November 14th, 2016. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 848.
Authorizes the accounting department to convey final payment to Broadview Networks Incorporated in full satisfaction of all outstanding charges. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 849.
Recommends membership on Brookhaven National Laboratories Community Advisory Council. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Izzy is doing a great job in representing us well. Yes.
Wooten.
And he actually likes it. Yes.
Dunleavy.
He enjoys
He
it,
gets
yes.
excited.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 850.
I need a motion to table this.
Table?
Yes, we
I make a motion we table resolution 850.
I'll second the table.
moved and seconded to table.
Hubbard.
Yes, to table.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
I wasn't part of any discussion.
No, I know, it just happened.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes, table.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 850 is tabled.
I had a meeting with Alan Schneider on the 30th.
Resolution 851.
Adopts a local law to amend Chapter 301 entitled Zoning and Land Development of the Code of the Town of Riverhead. Article 22A, Hospital H Zoning Use District. So moved.
I think you did the next
We're on
one.
851.
That's what I just read.
That's a different 851 than I have.
Where is it saying at the end of this?
Oh,
No, we're doing that in the site plan.
Okay.
which 851 do you have?
Okay.
It's one that Councilman Giglio's reading.
Oh, I know, I read it, but I think,
Oh.
I read it by mistake, but I think I read the right one.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I don't think what he read was.
So you
what
get to
I
read
have.
mine, Jody, I'm sorry. I read
That's
yours.
okay, Jim. You can read yours. I'm
Sorry.
okay with not reading one.
I got so excited. We tabled something, I got so
I don't want to
excited.
confuse anybody. It's okay. I'll second it.
There you go.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 852.
Just making sure Jim's not gonna read it.
This adopts, oh, sorry.
adopts a local law to amend Chapter 301 entitled Zoning and Land Development of the Code of the Town of Riverhead. Article 1, Title, Purpose, Definitions, and Interpretation for Hospital. Article XLV, Supplementary Use Regulations. Article LVI, Site Plan Review. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 853.
Declares lead agency status, classifies action as a type 1 action pursuant to SECRA, adopt an amendment to the comprehensive plan, amends the zoning map, and approves a change of zoning classification of certain parcels from shopping center SC to hospital H zoning use district along Roanoke Avenue, Riverhead, New York. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 854.
Go Jody.
Okay.
It's a long one, Jody.
Authorizes the town clerk to publish and post notice for a public hearing for a site plan application known as Peconic Bay Medical Center, Northwell Health, on certain parcels located at Roanoke Avenue, Riverhead, New York, also identified as Suffolk County Tax Map Numbers District 600, Section 108, Block 3, Lot 17.1, and District 600, Section 108, Block 3, Lot 22.1. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 855.
Ratifies and approves memorandum of agreement. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
These are all the CSCA. And,
Yes. I'm not sure I wasn't one of those.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, these are all the ones on the PERB and
Oh.
grievances, settling the grievances with the contract.
Totality, okay.
Right.
Yes.
yes, okay.
I say
Dunleavy.
yes.
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 Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 856.
Ratifies and approves memorandum of agreement. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 857.
Ratifies and approves memorandum of agreement. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 858.
Motion to pay bills.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
You ratified all these memorandums of agreement. Which one of these was in there to approve the contract?
It was there.
Was the last one approve the contract?
No, the last one was a grievance.
Right.
I think.
Was it this one, 856?
I don't think there was one in there to settle the contract.
No.
I think that was 857. These are the ones that.
856, ratifies and approves the 2015 to 2018 memorandum of agreement.
It's 856.
856.
Let me just check.
856 does.
That's it.
Mine don't say.
Okay. No, no, no.
2015 through 2018.
Yeah, no, because it doesn't say it. I'm looking for it in the title. I wasn't looking for it in the body. Okay, Sal, go ahead.
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton.
How you doing, Sal? What can I
Good.
do for you?
Can we talk about the senior busing on Sundays?
Okay.
Can I poll the board as to how you people
See,
feel about it?
that letter come.
It was an email.
I got, it was in my,
Email.
it was
No, I
in.
don't remember seeing.
Don't you read your emails?
I read them.
Jill,
Sometimes I get
Jill, did
spam.
you read his email for him?
I have it.
We actually,
read it.
Sal, to be honest with you, I found it today. It was not in my regular mail. It was in the cluster, I guess, spam mail or whatever.
She's
So,
not sent.
we got a new system, so I did find it today.
I
gonna
did
check, 'cause I
read
already
it,
get-
and I thought it was a good idea that you had with the buses.
They'd even be willing to subsidize the trip.
Yes.
You know, they don't mind paying a couple of bucks to,
Bus driver.
yeah.
Sal, what I did was I spoke to Judy Dahl, and she indicated that for them to lose 2 days during the week, on a Monday through Friday bus schedule that currently is in place, that many people really rely on getting to the senior center 5 days for that meal. And to take 2 days of bus service out during the week, she feels would be detrimental to many people who really rely on that meal as maybe a main meal for them to eat. So we spoke further, and the only solution we could come up with was the possibility of hiring somebody part-time to drive, say, on Sundays for a limited time for church services and or grocery shopping.
Okay.
I read it, like I said, I read your letter and I get taken 2 days out during the week, but doctor's appointments sometimes are difficult to schedule on certain days, so to alleviate anything Monday through Friday, I don't think is a good idea for the program down there. What we have to do is work on trying to figure out a way, and if we have more than one bus driver, maybe we can schedule one to work Sunday through Thursday to cover it that way. If we have to see if the numbers fit where they can do that and still get the appropriate number of people to the center during the week.
Okay.
Well, we could see what overtime would cost us and rotate among these bus drivers if they wanted to do it and pay them overtime for that one day. That's what I was thinking of.
But we should find out how many people would plan to do this on a Sunday, so maybe Judy can start asking some of the seniors at the senior center with a survey as to who would use it on a Sunday, figure out who
That's
those
a
people
good
are and where they live, and then see how many people would want that service, and then see what we can do.
I was sitting at a table, there were 8 people, and 3 of the 8 expressed an interest in having a bus on Sunday to take them to services.
Well, I can tell you, my first blush, I'm pretty active in my church, and there was an elderly woman that I would pick up every Sunday that sang in choir with me, and I would take her to church with me. And I think most church members that are a part of a body of a church, there's members that can cart them there. I don't think getting to church really would be an issue if they are regular attendees. So I don't think that the church issue is for the senior buses. I think as far as shopping, I think probably on a Saturday or Sunday is probably the worst time.
It wasn't asked for shopping.
Oh.
It was specifically asked for church services. There was no comment about, not enough busing for shopping.
I'm not sure.
So what we'll do is we'll poll the seniors and see.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm in favor.
We'll poll the seniors and see. You can't
Okay.
use full-timers because the full-timers
No,
have
I
set
can't. I don't
schedules.
think that's a role.
It's the only way you can do it with a full-timer is you have to hire a new pay overtime or hire a new full-timer that works
I'm in favor.
Sunday to whatever, and that Sunday's a regular work day. So the only way to
Get a
do
church
it
bus.
is part-time.
Yeah. But the problem is we wouldn't need them all day. All you need them for is in the morning. So they only work 4 hours because for a church
So
service.
we'll poll the seniors.
Okay. Well, I told them I would bring it forward, so I brought it forward.
There you go. Are you
Okay.
the liaison to the senior?
Can we talk about Resolution 843 for a minute? Is there any plan to provide any kind of a notice to the people before they get in the ambulance that this is a billable service?
It's true, the insurance.
And are they going to expect payment from the individual
No.
prior to the insurance reimbursing them?
Now, all we're doing now is what all the rest of the communities are starting to do. Because of the 2%, medical services is high. They have to buy medicine, they gotta buy drugs, all expensive. So it's only accidents, and Hempstead is going to it now, not Hempstead, Huntington is going to it now, Comac, Fort Jefferson.
Sal, it's done. We're behind the 8 ball.
We're
on
behind the 8 ball,
all
so we're just
across
trying
New
to
York
catch up.
State.
It's a revenue stream, but it's through liability and car insurance.
Yeah, we're just
And
trying
we're
to
not,
catch up.
if the insurance for whatever reason doesn't pay, we're not gonna actively pursue the patients.
Okay. I have a question. Where can the public see the 2017 proposed budget? Or now I
Online.
guit's passed.
It's
Is it online?
Yeah, Bill, you got the budget online, right? Online.
Okay, thank you.
All right, does anybody else wish to be heard? Not seeing anybody, can I get a motion to
I
adjourn?
make a motion, we adjourn the town board meeting. So
All in
moved.
favor, aye, opposed, abstentions, motion carries.